It feels like a punch in the gut, spending time servicing customers only to lose an order to a large online competitor. In business, you have to adapt to stay in the game. Today, there are applications that can automate your daily tasks and generate more sales before your first coffee break. The product information that your customer asked for this morning can be presented to him automatically, freeing up your time and simplifying your life. That is the concept behind IDEA. IDEA makes applications that let you confidently display your product catalog from anywhere. Meet Alex, an electrical distributor who's been preparing for a sales call tomorrow with his customer, Jim. It's taken him all day to create a traditional job quote, and he's scared Jim might find his competitor's online store before Alex can get the quote out. Then, his buddy Frank tells him about IDEA. Their applications help Alex to present his quote immediately and compete with national chains. What used to take him hours to do, he now completes in a flash. No more calling manufacturers for product images, spec sheets, and descriptions, and manually producing traditional quotes. His customers can now receive the accurate information they need through Alex's online storefront. With IDEA's applications taking care of the everyday tasks, Alex has time to service more customers, negotiate big orders, and grow his business. Turns out, by using IDEA's applications, Alex's quote was spot on, and he made the sale. IDEA's applications make you more efficient, which results in lower costs, higher profits, and happier customers. Isn't it time you tried out IDEA's suite of applications for yourself? And like Alex, knock out your competition, make more money, and have time to enjoy it. Keeping your product data organized, accurate, and available to all your sales channels can be a daunting task. IDEA was formed by the electrical industry to make this process simple. IDEA's applications help manufacturers to quickly and securely share their product information with their partners. Partners are better informed of new products, everyday tasks are automated, and product moves off the shelf faster and with more efficiency. Meet Bob, an electrical manufacturer. His team has been creating a company catalog with this year's product lineup. Bob has been agonizing about the time and cost of developing multiple catalogs that will serve the unique needs of his distributors, sales reps, retailers, and direct customers. The worst part is, he knows he's losing sales every minute the catalog is delayed. Then a colleague mentions IDEA. With IDEA's applications, Bob's team can update their company catalog online, where customers can access the information in a way that works best for them. Bob can be sure he's giving his partners the latest and most accurate product information in a way that differentiates his products from the competition. Turns out, one of Bob's distributors made a sale today. It was so easy that the distributor decided that Bob would be his preferred supplier moving forward. IDEA's applications make you more efficient, which results in lower costs, higher profits, happier partners, and a greater return on investment. Isn't it time you tried out IDEA's suite of applications for yourself? And like Bob, keep your product data organized, accurate, and available to all your sales channels simultaneously.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Denise Keating, President of Datagility.
Welcome everyone this morning. As I said, I'm the co-owner, co-founder, and president of Datagility. We're a data management services provider, and we provide a lot of data services to manufacturers and distributors in this industry, but also in several other industries. And I just want to let you know how pleased I am that you've set time aside in your schedule to be here with us this morning to really deepen your understanding of the vital and critical role that quality data plays between channel partners, and to learn more about the value proposition of the industry data warehouse. I know if you weren't at the breakfast, this might come as a surprise to you, but I think life is too short to do something that you don't love or you're not passionate about. And I have to tell you, I'm really, really passionate about data, and in particular, high quality data. And I have to say, it's not because I'm a data geek, it's because I've seen the real impact that high quality data, when it's shared and exchanged between partners, can really help organizations grow their sales numbers significantly, take costs out of the channel, and really ultimately serve your mutual customers together. So I'm excited to have you here, and I just want to say, I think that what the panelists have to share with us this morning is so critical and so valuable. You are not going to want to miss a word they have to say. So we do have some seats in the front, guys. So if you want to get a little closer, please feel free to move forward this morning. And having said that, let me introduce to you our panel this morning. They're here to share their own personal experiences and the impact that data has in their own organizations and their perceptions and the value proposition of the industry data warehouse. These are your peers from your industry. They all have extensive experience in the industry, and I could probably just talk to you all morning about their different accomplishments, but I'm going to try to keep the bio short so that we can move on to the heart of the discussion this morning. So first, I'd like to introduce John Eggleton. Oh, wait a minute. Let's get some stuff going. Here we go. So meet John Eggleton. He started his career in the distribution channel 25 years ago with Grainger, and after spending several years with Grainger, he moved on to Supply Force, where he was the vice president of sales, and then moved into the role of CEO and president, which he did for over a decade before joining Affiliated Distributors as their president for the electrical division. And then in January of 2014, he joined Kirby Risk as the president and COO. And Kirby Risk has 38 locations across a 3-state area. And I just want to welcome John this morning and congratulate you on your company's 90th anniversary.
Thank you, Denise.
It's impressive. I'd like to introduce you to Paul Molitor. Interesting. I have to say, one of the first requests that I made to each of the panelists was to provide a short bio and an image. Now, Paul stepped into the role at IDEA, and a very challenging one, I might add, as president and CEO in December of 2014. He comes to us from NEMA, where he was responsible for their strategic initiatives. He also worked with electrical utilities, the manufacturers, the state and federal agencies, and the U.S. government. So we're very pleased to have him leading the IDEA organization. But I have to tell you, I think, first of all, how many distributors do we have in the room? Yep. Have you ever seen this before? The no image available? Have you ever made that request where you've sent emails, you've sent voicemails, you can't quite get what you need, so you do what you have to do, right? So what I did is, I went out and I scraped the website. I typed in Paul's name into Google, and I could not believe the number of images that came up on the internet for Paul. And I had no idea that he played for the Milwaukee Brewers, but I was totally impressed with that, let me tell you. So, and I'm sure it's really a much too common experience in the industry where you want to go direct to the source, you want to get the best information that you can. And actually, Paul was very responsive. He did provide a picture, and I really screwed up by not having it. Darn it. So sometimes even when you comply, I might not always leverage the information the way that we need to.
Just know that the photograph would have looked a lot like this.
That's right. So you're probably looking at Andrew Quinn here, and you're saying, I don't see him sitting up here on the panel. And you're right. He had volunteered to participate, give the manufacturer's perspective, and unfortunately he had a family conflict and he had to fly home. But I wanted to recognize Andrew for being willing to participate. And fortunately for us, Mike Piscina graciously volunteered with less than 48 hours before we started on the panel to come up and share his views and kind of give that manufacturer perspective. And Mike is the co-chief executive officer and president for Lutron. Lutron was founded in 1961. They have 17,000 energy-saving products that they sell in 100 companies around the world. And I think that's impressive. Now, Mike shared with me that he has 40 years experience in the industry, pretty amazing. It's all in one company, and he held all kinds of different management and senior level positions before taking on that co-CEO position with the founder's daughter. And while you're here in DC, and I know you have plenty of free time on your schedule, go to the Smithsonian Museum and take a look at the Lutron products that are in the American History Museum in here in DC. Oh, and Mike made me promise that if I talked about the 40 years of experience that he had, that I share with you that he started when he was 5.
Thank you, Denise.
And rounding out our panel this morning is George Warwick. He's president and CEO of United Electric. They're a nationally recognized 100% employee-owned company located in Newcastle, Delaware. They have over 20 locations, and they serve a 5-state area. And again, everyone on this panel is also very active in their communities and in the NAED community. And I just would like to welcome them all to the stage this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now this is the fun part. This is the interactive part, right, where we get to do a couple of fun things. I just want to get a feel for who we have in the room this morning. So I'd like to do a little polling. I did ask to see a show of distributor hands. I'd like to see those again. Okay, great. And does that mean the rest of you are manufacturers? Okay, any service providers in the room? Oh, look at them. I know them. That's great. The questions get a little bit harder, okay? So what I'd like to ask you next is really related to the IDEA certification program. But before I ask that question, I'm going to ask Paul to take just a moment and give us, in 30 seconds or less, a tutorial on their certification program, not in geek speak, but in plain business terms. Paul?
Yeah, and I don't know if the graphic looks better up on the big screen than it does here. It doesn't. So the data certification program is something we started about 2 years ago, and there are 2 components to it. It's compliance and excellence. So we had identified 43 critical fields that were necessary in order just to sell and move product through the channel. And the first step, compliance, is that the manufacturers supply a piece of data for each of those 43 critical pieces of information. Now, the excellence program that's layered on top of that is where we actually dig into the data a little bit deeper and we look for aspects of quality. And I'll use images as an example. First of all, is an image present? That represents compliance. And then within the image, the realm of images, is it a line drawing or is it a photograph? Is it a low resolution photograph or is it a high resolution? Is it black and white? Is it color? And if it's color, does the color in the photo match the color in the description for that item? So you can see how with images you can climb this ladder of quality. So when you see our logo, it's on the back of all of our business cards that says compliance plus excellence equals certification. What we're doing is stepping the manufacturers up through this ladder of quality in their data to the point where they become certified. And so at that point, when the distributors or the channel receives their data, they are very certain that it will flow seamlessly into their ERP systems, into their web stores, and it'll actually have the elements that they really desire in their product data.
Thank you, Paul. And I would just say, maybe in a little bit even more simplistic terms, when you're looking at the quality of the data, quality is about making sure that the content that you're providing in those fields is really fit and easy to use in its final destination. And that's what the quality checks are really about. So having said that, I'd like to see a show of hands of all the manufacturers that have achieved compliance through the industry data warehouse. Wow, good, that's great. Now, how many of you have also passed the excellence requirements? Oh, I see some right over here, that's great. And how many of you have received the certification, the entire certification, so you're both compliant and excellent? I want to see those manufacturers stand up. The individuals from those manufacturers, please stand up. Because I know that that was no small accomplishment, and I want to recognize you for your commitment to your channel partners and to the industries. Can you, yeah, really, let's give him a round of applause. And I have belief in this channel that there will be many more manufacturers who would join that short list of manufacturers.